everyone. Welcome to 7 Minutes in Hell. My name's Joe Barlow. I'm here with my co-host,
Camry Bishop.
Camry. Hi, Camry. But no one cares about us today because they saw the title of this episode. They said, wow, Natalie Morales agreed to go on their show. And let's just bring her in. Natalie, thanks for joining us.
I'm so happy to be here. Do you think those people were like, wait a minute, that's not the one from the Today Show? I'm not.
Do you get that a lot?
Expecting. Yeah.
I didn't even know that person existed. So I'd only ever heard of you.
Thank you, Camry. Thank you.
Maybe I'm
that makes
naive.
me happy.
Yeah. If I'm ranking Natalie Morales's,
as we do,
it's you by a long shot.
We don't know. Poor the other. She seems very nice.
She's great.
She is. I have met her a couple times. She is really nice. But I have shown up to interviews and they're like, what was it like hosting Miss America? And I'm like, don't know. And then I realize all the questions they've prepped are for the other one.
Oh, no.
Wrong Wikipedia, guys. You got to get the right one. Well, you can fact check us throughout today's show. But this is 7 Minutes in Hell. It's we have 3 topics. And we talk about each topic for 7 minutes. So let's get into it. Natalie, thank you for joining us in hell. And our first topic for today is your new movie, Reliance. Natalie, tell us about the movie as we start the clock.
Okay, I gotta pitch it. All right, Jake Johnson wrote it and directed it and stars in it, and it's a movie about how he gets picked up by Andy Samberg in a limo and taken to a secret location, and he plays a regular guy. He doesn't play Jake Johnson, and he is told that he has a chance to win, I think $1 million, or maybe it's more than that. I can't remember.
I think you're right.
It's a lot of money, and all he has to do is stay alive for 1 month, while at the same time, his name is being given to a hunter somewhere in the world, and all they have is his name, and they have to kill him in that 1 month. But if he stays alive, he wins the $1 million. But there's a loophole. The hunter cannot shoot him or try and kill him if he is within close proximity of another person. So Jake Johnson's character figures out that, like, if he just hangs out with someone else for a whole month and doesn't leave their side, that he could definitely win this game. And I think I explained the movie correctly. And then I'll say my part in it is that he's obsessed with me. So
yes,
there you go.
Well,
of course he is.
I'm obsessed with Jake Johnson also.
Yeah, it's embarrassing, actually.
He came here once, and I still talk about it all the time.
Yes.
I think I saw it, the bar interview.
Yes. You saw that?
Yeah, I saw that because I wanted to know what he was like. Well, actually, no, I have a live show in LA, and I had him on to interview him, and I wanted to see what questions other people had asked him. And so I saw the questions you asked him. And that was a really fun interview. I saw it. Yeah.
Okay,
Natalie,
this is going on my reel now. Natalie saw. I told Camry, I was like, we should do a shot of Malort with Natalie virtually because we don't have it. We didn't bring it.
Oh, yum.
But
I did it.
What are you drinking, though?
I'm drinking Earl Grey tea.
Oh my gosh, I just saw a study. This is not the topic, but I just saw a study that said tea drinkers are going to live longer than the rest of us. So good for you,
I saw
Natalie.
I saw the same study, but you know what? It stains your teeth more than coffee does, which is disappointing.
Coffee's doing a pretty good stain job on my teeth.
Stop.
Now I drink tea like this to try and bypass my front teeth. I go, just like knock it back.
That works.
You're like, they don't know.
Don't get any of the flavor. Just get a hot liquid going straight down.
The back of your throat. Yeah.
Well, this makes me ask the question, because we are still on topic, which is this movie. I love this movie, by the way. I mean, obviously, I'm going to love it. It's got Natalie.
Because you love
Jake.
Yeah.
It's getting to be an issue, I think, in my personal life. But
Straining order.
again, not the thing. But I wanted to ask you, for $1 million, would you play this game, or what would you do for $1 million?
I think I would. Although, in this economy, yeah, I would. I would attach myself to anybody, and I would be like, here, I'll give you some money. Like, wow, we could split it. Why not have $500,000 and just spend every second with me?
Would you hunt?
Oh, would I be the hunter? Probably not. I don't need to kill anyone.
Camry, would you, if I got offered $1 million, would you stay with me for 30 days straight? And you'd have to see me go to the bathroom.
I don't think I have to watch
you could close your eyes. Yeah,
that's
well, you're gonna hear it,
or close the door.
It's gonna be in a.
No, you'd have to be next to him, but
you're right.
You could wear headphones and close your eyes.
I think it would assault all of her senses.
Would you give
to be
me
honest.
half the money?
You would get a fair amount.
Not half, but a good $500.
Ultimately, I'm the one who could get murdered.
This
Right?
is true.
Yeah, Natalie,
I'm helping you.
would you chain yourself to me for 30 days?
I'd probably find another person that I knew better,
Well, okay.
seeing as how we just met, Joe.
Yeah, I felt something, but maybe I was wrong.
You were wrong.
Okay, that you wouldn't believe this, but this happens more than you would expect, where I get the wrong impression of
Crazy.
someone. We haven't mentioned this yet. This is streaming on Hulu.
Yes.
And I
Available
think-
now.
And I think these are the main things we wanted to discuss with the movie.
Oh, Anna Kendrick's also in it. There's a lot of people that
Yes.
are fans of Anna Kendrick's. She's,
this cast.
yeah.
Cast
It is a
is
great
great.
cast.
Andy Samberg's hilarious. I would do most things Andy Samberg told me to do also.
Yeah.
For free.
Yeah.
For free.
He's very convincing.
Yeah. He's intimidating in the back of that limo. But I do want to say, because now we're into like free discussion territory of this topic.
Has
And
it
Natalie-
not been 7 minutes? I'm shocked.
No, well, it's shocking. Yeah, we have 2 minutes. So don't.
Okay.
You were so good. I think
Your elevator pitch
yeah.
was perfect.
It's
Okay, great.
almost, it's like you've been doing press all day, maybe.
It's almost like that. Yeah.
But I do want to say, wait, what was I saying?
Oh my God.
Now I forgot what I was
Now
saying.
you're wasting my 2 minutes.
Well, wait,
I don't know what
where
you were
was
gonna
I?
say.
Okay, Camry, take over.
Oh my gosh.
We're back to the movie, I think.
Oh, no, I did want to say, okay, because this is just a general question about you. Do you realize on your IMDb that you only have one quote?
I do have, I didn't know I had any quotes.
You only have one quote, and
What's
it's like
my
from.
quote?
Oh, I don't remember, but it was something. Actually, it was something weird about I think
just had it.
naked men. I don't know. But
Are you serious? I need to look this
Okay.
up right now.
wait, Camry will look it up. But I want to ask you, what do you want your other quote to be? Because we can have you say it right now,
Oh.
and then
that's
we'll
too
get it
much-
on your.
That's too much pressure to ask me for 1 minute left of
Well-
this question.
Don't be stressed. Just what do you want to represent you?
I don't know.
Oh, I found it. It's male nudity. It's very funny. It's an intrinsically funny piece of anatomy.
So this was some other interview you did.
Actually, that's the perfect quote for me to have on there. I did not know that was on there, and I'm so happy about it.
Well, it's like I do think probably having an IMDb or a Wikipedia is funny because it's usually the place you start if you're like doing
What
research
could I
on
have
people.
been talking about?
I mean,
I know what I was talking about. I was talking about Plan B. I was talking about Plan B.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's a big swinging dick in that movie.
Oh,
that
yes.
is
I did.
very
I
funny
watched
to
this
me.
movie.
And that
Also on
was
Hulu.
your other movie. Well, Natalie, we're gonna give you your final thoughts because
Oh, okay. Oh,
Anything
I'm
to
going
say?
now. Okay. Watch Self-Reliance on Hulu. It's great.
nailed it.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Perfect.
I think we were bad about giving you the countdown.
I thought you were going to ask, you went, we're going to give you your final thoughts. And then I thought you were going to
Yeah.
ask me a question. So I was
No.
waiting, but then you were just
yeah.
counting with your hands. Okay.
This is all new to us.
Any better interviewer might have had a question. I got scared. I knew we had 8 seconds. So
Guys, I have to tell you, I'm so happy about that quote. The being my quote. on there.
great. It's
You've
great.
made my day. And I never want any other quote to be on there.
okay. Well, then that's good too. We've established something. Let's take a quick break and we will come back with our next two topics and more Natalie Morales. We'll see you soon. 7 Minutes in Hell is proudly brought to you by TheCHIVE.
Feeling bland, boring, and uninspired? Want an easy way to lift your spirits and make life worth living?
TheCHIVE has the perfect thing to soothe what ails you. Chive Teas. Chive Teas are like a hug from an old friend on a crisp autumn eve.
Or a tall iced tea on a hot summer's day?
Wear a Chive Tea out and about and get ready for the compliments. So many compliments you'll feel like my smile. Loved by all.
So don't settle for bland and boring when you can be bold and beautiful. Shop the store at thechivery.com and shine on like Joe's Grill.
And welcome back. If you are somehow just now joining us on this podcast that you clicked on and listened to the whole thing of, we are here with Natalie Morales. She is promoting her new movie, Reliance, on Hulu, streaming now. We just talked a little bit about the movie, and now we're going to talk to my topic, which is first job horror stories. And I can't wait to hear what you have to say, Natalie, because, oh man, do I have a doozy. Brandon, please start that clock for us.
First job horror stories. Okay, so I'm going to cheat a little bit because it wasn't technically my first job, but it was a big job. And I hope I don't get sued. I don't think I can. This actually did happen to me, but maybe it'll be liable. When I was 17, I worked at a national chain that is a 1950s themed burger diner place. And it is in many cities.
Yes.
You've narrowed it.
Yes. And I had to sometimes dance on the counter when Respect came on the jukebox. And I've since been told this was exclusive to the Miami location, but I thought it was a thing we had to do, which I actually enjoyed doing because I got better tips when I did. And when the food was slow, I would pop on Respect just to waste some time. But and this was the last time I ever ate any beef. When I was 17, I had a burger. I split a burger with a coworker that was made there. And that evening I got, I felt so feverish and so weird that I went to get some orange juice from the refrigerator. And then I woke up at the hospital the next day. And I had food poisoning so bad that I lost 23 pounds in 5 days. And they couldn't figure out what I had. And they finally figured it out. And it was a bacteria called Shigella B. I will never forget this. And it comes from poop, human poop. And so it either happened that a fly landed on poop and then landed on my burger, which this was an indoor establishment, so not likely that that's the case, or that the person who prepared my meal did not wash their hands and made my burger. And so, yeah, I got really, really, really sick, and I never ate beef again and stopped working at Ronnie Rara. So there you go.
Oh my gosh. Well,
Oh my gosh.
I don't have anything comparable to that story.
I thought mine was bad.
I'll say this. My nickname in high school before that was Jugsy. And then it wasn't that afterwards because I lost so much weight.
Oh my God.
Sorry, what? Your nickname? Am I hearing?
You're hearing it right. And it was given to me by a teacher. You're hearing it right.
Okay, this is
You've gotten a lot for these, 3 minutes, 4 minutes? Yeah.
I think we have a lot of arrests we could make, honestly.
I agree. But yeah, I was no longer Jugsy after that.
Jugsy. Oh no.
23
I mean,
pounds in
listen,
5 days.
I'm doing fine in the jug area. I'm doing great. But it was greater.
Oh my
It was
gosh.
the fact that a teacher gave you that.
Listen,
not-
it's Miami. Yeah.
Miami.
What are you going to do?
I've never been. I'd love to go, but actually now I don't want to go. I used to want to go.
Jill, would you like to follow that up?
Cameron, I want to hear yours. You said you had a good one.
Oh yeah. Let's get to
Okay,
yours.
well-
Mine's short.
If, working in the service industry in the restaurant sucks. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It sucks. And so that was my first job. And I just worked at this little place that opened up near my neighborhood. And the manager was just such an asshole, like for no good rhyme or reason. And one time, this is not as good as compared to yours, but one time this couple came in. We were like a sports bar. And this couple came in, they're like, "Oh, do you guys like sell pasta? Like, can we get some like fettuccine Alfredo here?" I'm like, "No, it's a sports bar." But I was nice about it. I was like, "Oh no, sorry. Like,
Sorry.
there's other places.
We have a menu and we
And then my manager comes out. He's like, "Why did those people leave?" And I was like, "Oh, they asked if we had pasta." And he's like, "We sell kids mac and cheese. Like, we have those noodles, and the kitchen could have whipped some pasta sauce up in the back." And I got in trouble and I got like yelled at in front of everyone. And I was like, because I told people, rightfully so, that we didn't have pasta when
We
That's
didn't.
insane. I thought you were going to say they were like a really important famous people or something.
No.
It was the stakes were so low,
That's so dumb.
and I was a child being yelled at by an older man, like, "Why didn't you tell this couple that we sell pasta even though we didn't?" So I was like, it's not a terrible story, but God, am I traumatized for life? And I have.
But also, you did the right thing. Any other manager, if you would have been like, "Hey, can we make pasta for these randos?" would have been like, "No, it's not on the menu. That's not what we make."
Literally.
They'd have been like, "Shut up."
That man was stupid, so don't worry about it.
Oh, thank you. And yeah, he tried to fight me, physically fight me, but verbally assault me on multiple occasions at that
Sometimes
job.
people power trip when they're in roles like that,
And I'm like, bro, calm down.
yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I heard Joe has a good story.
Well, no, I'm not going to tell that one. I'm going to tell a
Oh.
quick one. This actually was my first job, and it was a winter fair, a winter festival.
picture.
And obviously, you need costumed characters to dress up.
Oh my God, were you an elf?
No, much worse, because I was a moose.
Oh,
With
which
giant-
part?
I was the whole thing. Yeah, thankfully I wasn't like the ass of the moose. That would have been different. But yeah, so I have this giant moose head with the horns, because what makes a moose is really like
Right.
the horns more than anything.
Yeah. I feel like
So
they're
not-
antlers, but you go on.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, don't fact check me on my own.
I just
show.
didn't want you to look dumb if you continue
Okay,
saying
thank
horns.
you.
Yeah.
How kind.
But the real problem was it's a winter festival. So then they're like, okay, here, put on these ice skates.
Oh my God.
And I can see like, little dimes out of my moose head with these giant horns adjusting my balance. I'm a scrawny little, 15-year-old. I have no idea. And and then I ice skate. I'm not a good skater. I've skated before, but best thing was I had a handler, and it was another young lady. And
Oh my God.
it felt, even through the fabric of a moose mitten, it was thrilling. It was quite thrilling.
It was romantic.
Wait, your handler was holding your handler?
Oh.
Yep. Man, I wish the time would have been going, but we have 5 seconds. So let's imagine that you said that right now.
The handler was holding your handler. Yeah. Great.
Clap.
Yay, we did it.
Clapping. We'll fix that in editing. Just kidding. We can't, because a lot of people listen to our show and they hold a stopwatch.
Really? By
Yeah.
a lot of people, do you mean no one?
Yes.
I mean,
exactly.
there's no evidence of anyone ever doing that.
Right off the dome, just made that up.
Yeah, I lie a lot. But usually people don't call me out on it like you do. So
So thank you.
thank you.
You're welcome.
You represent an important voice of the viewer or the listener.
Oh,
who's
good.
Mad.
I just want you to, live your most honest truth, Joe.
And
Thank
not be
you.
stupid. She helped you not be stupid.
All right.
I mean, he still said horns, but it's okay.
He still said horns.
Okay. Now I'm getting teamed up on, and I don't appreciate it. But let's get to our final topic of today. Natalie, you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Okay.
Is that the final topic? The final
Yeah.
How
7 minutes.
are you?
Okay?
Well,
No, this is not an intervention. The final topic is, I'm just gonna put it out there. Do you believe in ghosts? Start the clock.
I didn't, and then I saw one, and then I've never seen one again. I've sort of felt things and been like, no, not going in that room or in that house, but I've never seen one again. But I definitely, absolutely saw one.
Was this at a restaurant in Miami?
It wasn't. It was
At the hospital.
It was in an apartment that I lived in. That was a brand new apartment, and it was my friend at the time's dad who had just died, who I saw. And he was, and my best friend was, she was sleeping over my house, and we were just in my bed talking, and my at the time I lived in this studio that was just one room, and at the very end of this room, which was maybe 15 feet away from the bed, was a sliding glass door with vertical blinds, and my cat Axel was smacking these blinds, which is not something he's ever done and never did since. And I was lying down talking to my friend, and I was like, Axel, stop, and then And then I finally got up to be like, what are you doing? And I saw what he was batting at was a man who was glowing in blue. And he was looking outside of the window, and he was wearing a members only jacket, but sort of, honestly, it was very Princess Leia glow in blue. It was like a fiber optic almost. And he turned around to me and looked at me kind of in the way that you would, like if you were visiting someone at the hospital and they stirred in the bed, how you would just make sure they were okay. And then he looked back. Like he just looked at me to see if I was all right. And then he looked back out the window, and I like immediately went back down and told my best friend, I was like, Serena, there's a ghost. There's a ghost. You have to look at it. And she was like, I'm not looking at the ghost. And I was like, you have to look at the ghost. There's a ghost there. And she was like, we fought for about 5 minutes about her looking at the ghost because she refused to look at the ghost. We were both awake. And finally, when I looked again, she refused to look at it. He was gone. But he was there. He was 100% there. I fully saw it. And yeah, that's the only ghost that I have seen.
Wait, so what do you think he was there for a purpose to?
I don't know. I think that his son, who I was friends with at the time, didn't have a lot of people that were there for him, and I was there for him, and I had never. Mom, had I met? I don't remember if I met his. I don't think I ever met his dad. Maybe I did. Maybe I met him once in passing, but yeah, there was no reason why I would have imagined that. It was just like a week of like checking in on his son, making sure he had food, making sure he was okay, and And then I was just with my best. We were talking about something else, and I see this. It was really intense. But yeah, I've never seen a ghost since. I have felt like sometimes, like, if I've like gone to look at a house to rent or whatever, and been like, no, like, and just really felt something bad in there. But I've never seen another ghost.
Whew, I've never had any. Have you had any experience?
Yeah. I was right after my great grandma died when I was younger. I was laying in bed with my sister, and we like looked up, and we like both woke up at the same time, and we both saw like a white figure pass by the open door, and we were like, "You saw that, right?" And it's like it wasn't like a car passing by, it like felt like it was a real ghost, and like it was her specifically. So I do believe in ghosts, 1000%.
How about you, Joe?
I think I believe, but I have no real firsthand knowledge. But I did look up that a recent poll said 61.4% of people believe in ghosts.
Okay.
And I think if you held a gun to my head, I think I believe it.
Who's doing that?
Yeah, it doesn't need to be that intense.
Yeah.
Look, if I'm on death's door and you ask me, I'm going to say, well, I remember when my grandma died, I was like trying to speak to her, I was like, Grandma, please show yourself so I know if there's an afterlife. I have a lot of problems with thinking about death, and not being okay with it. Yeah. So that would have maybe given me comfort, but it also would have been very scary if my grandma would have showed up. So it's like I have that, like, I'd like to see it, but I think if I would have seen what you saw, Natalie, I think I would have like had a heart attack.
Well, it wasn't, I think I would have too if it would have been threatening, but it didn't feel threatening. It literally felt like he was like just making sure I was okay and just standing there and looking out a window.
Aww.
And yeah, it wasn't scary. If it had been scary, I would have shit my bed, but it wasn't scary at all.
But was it comforting? What was it?
No, it wasn't comforting. It wasn't comforting, but it was only because I was like, that's a fucking ghost. Yeah. There's an old man standing in my room, and I had never seen that before, but it didn't feel threatening. That's all I'll say. Yeah.
I went to an antique store once that was in what used to be a train station, and I talked to like 3 different employees there. So it makes me think this is real because like all of them had a different ghost story that had happened at this former train station where they see this like woman in an old dress, like waiting for the train. And some days they come into work and all the photos are on the ground, like they're not broken. They're just someone took them off the wall, put them on the ground. This one old woman like did the voice of what she heard, she's like, oh, and like, I'm like, why would an old woman lie to, what is she gaining by lying about hearing this scary voice and all of these people having like their own versions of stories. So I'm inclined to believe.
Another weird thing happened to me that wasn't a ghost, but I guess it would be considered like a poltergeist or something.
Yeah.
Which is like a physical thing, right? That happens. I think that's what the definition of that is. I was living in this house and I was having a very bad time in this house. And I was like, I need to move out of here. Like, there's something I had broken up with someone, they had moved out, and it was like just bad vibes. And I was getting ready to leave this house, and I was talking with my friend, and I stood up from the couch, and there was a puddle of water under me on the couch. My pants weren't wet. It wasn't pee. There was just water. Okay, time's up.
Wow.
She's like, it wasn't pee.
It wasn't pee.
It wasn't pee. I was sitting, I got up. And there was a puddle of water on the couch. It did not seep into the couch. It was on the couch and my pants weren't wet. And it was just on the couch. And my friend and I both stared at it and were like, what the fuck is this? I wasn't drinking water. What? And then it disappeared.
You have
what?
You have interesting life stories.
Yeah.
Thanks.
And they're going to pull these for your IMDb. I hope.
I only want the penis quote. Nobody put this on my IMDb. Just the penis quote.
It wasn't pee, quote unquote.
No.
Natalie.
No one quote that.
Natalie, you've been so fun. Honestly, I wish we had 6 more topics to talk because you seem to have things to say
Great
about everything.
stories.
But
Next time.
Next time when you're in Austin, you could come say hello.
I am. You guys going to be at South by?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going there with my new movie.
Yay.
Okay, Natalie, we'd like to book you. We'll talk
Yes,
later.
let's do it. It's called My Dead Friend Zoe. Book me.
Would you drink Malort at the bar?
I don't know what that is.
Don't say yes.
Is it a whiskey?
No one likes it.
It's
So
battery acid.
well, yeah, don't have it. Yeah,
I probably won't, but I'll pretend.
Yeah. Well, no, we can't pretend. I'm honest first and foremost. You know that.
Yeah.
But before we go, Natalie, final plug. The movie is Self-Reliance.
Yes.
On Hulu now, streaming.
Now streaming.
Watch it. Anything else you want to plug for yourself?
If you're in LA, sometimes I do these shows called Natalie Morales and the Night Crew, and they're live shows, and they're really fun. And they're and you just check my Instagram page. I'm at Natalie Morales Loves, and I will post about it there.
We will link
Perfect.
to that. And thank you so much, Natalie. You have been so fun. So thank you.
It's so fun to hang with you, Joe and Kim.
Thank you.
I'm
Thank
sorry
you.
about, no, I was going to say something inappropriate. I'm sorry about Jugsy, but
Oh.
I'm sorry about it too. No 17-year-old should be given that name, but especially if they're going to lose their title, you know?
you're like, just rub it in my face. Why don't you?
Yeah. I'm going to be thinking about that for a while. All right. Anyway, thank you, Natalie.
Bye.
Thank you.
See ya.
Bye.